Hi everyone, this is Anders Ibsen with Windermere Professional Partners, managing broker of Anders Ibsen Homes. Now, a really common question I get from homeowners in our area is the question of seasonality. What time of the year is best to sell a home? And the answer, which may surprise you, just to spoil the ending, is there is no such thing. But more on that in just a moment. Now, the conventional wisdom is something along the lines of spring and summer. The weather is beautiful, birds are singing, the kids are out of school, flowers are blooming, and there are more people buying houses. And to an extent, there's some truth to that. There is more gross sales volume during the spring and summer months, but more sellers are also listing. So it's less that there are any innately good or bad times of the year for selling a house, and instead it's more about what are the immediate supply-demand factors. That's what determines if it's a good time or not such a good time to sell your house. For example, let's consider two very different markets, December of 2021 and July of 2022. Which of those was a better time to sell a house here in Pierce County? Under the conventional wisdom, you might think the answer is obvious, July, because that's the hot time of the year to sell. But let's look at the actual facts. During December, even though we're talking about overcast, rainy Pacific Northwest December when people are traveling for the holidays, we still had pandemic-era mortgage rates. So if you look at the actual market statistics, in Pierce County, we had an over 200% chance of selling a house in Pierce County during December of 2021. In other words, that means for every home that was being actively listed, there were 2 listings that were already under contract. So if you sold your home in December of 2021, you'd be happy with the experience. Your home probably wouldn't have been on the market longer than the first weekend, and more than one buyer would have probably offered on your house. So December 21 was a great time to sell, actually. For contrast, in July of 2022, the chance of selling had dropped to 49%. In other words, for every home on the market that was under contract, there were 2 homes being actively listed. In other words, a complete inversion. What was happening then? Well, inflation had peaked at over 9%. Mortgage rates had doubled in almost a quarter from the 3% pandemic-era rates to over 7%, and everyone really was not sure what was going to happen. So as a result, it was a challenging time to sell. Listings took a lot longer, buyers were able to demand a lot more concessions, and that would have been a very challenging time to sell a house. I would know. I listed many during that time. So what's the takeaway from all this? Really what it comes down to is this. There is no innately good or innately bad time of the year to sell a house. And, I'm sorry, but there is no such thing as timing the market. Now, there's an investor who you've probably heard of, his name is Warren Buffett, who has made similar points about the stock market. So why don't we just take a look and see what he has to say.
Well, Charlie and I don't think about the market, and we look at individual businesses. But the stock market, I know of no one that has been successful at, and really made a lot of money predicting the actions of the market itself.
Now, I'm no Warren Buffett, but I have been in the industry for over 10 years and carry the designation of managing broker and certified residential appraiser. And what I can say is this. The expertise in reading markets is not about predicting the future, because no one can do that. It's impossible. If you try to do that, then you're gambling. And as a general rule, you should not gamble with your most important asset. Instead, what I would put forward is that the real expertise in reading markets is about intelligently interpreting current market conditions and seeing if they in fact align with your goals. Now, that's just scratching the surface. There's a lot more to that. But if you're ever curious about what that means for your situation, your home, or even if you're just curious about the market as a whole, you're always welcome to reach out to me anytime. Please feel free to call, text, or email. I'd very much love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.